to the class, children. I am your science teacher. So we are in lesson number 2, that is animals in their surroundings. So already we have completed little portion of the lesson. In the previous class we have learned about the animals and about their habitat. So there are 5 habitats. The animals which live on land are called terrestrial animals. The animals which live in water are called as aquatic animals. Then the animals which live both land and water are called as amphibious animals. Then arboreal animals, they live on trees, and aerial animals, they spend most of their time in the sky by flying. Then we have learned about the different body coverings, that is the skin. And in page number 293 you have it, that I gave you as the homework. Hope you all have written it. So here mammals have skin covered with hair or fur. Then birds, they have feathers. Then reptiles, they have scales. And then mollusks, they have hard shells. Then amphibious animals, they have soft and moist skin. And the last one, fishes, they have wet and slimy scales. So about this we have learnt in the previous class. Now today we will learn about the eating habits of animals. Then breathing methods we are going to learn, right? So take a pencil. Name one type of food that the following animal eats. This is from page 295. So here there is a picture of lion and a rat, or we also call it as mouse. So the first picture, in the first line you write it lion. So what does lion eat? It eats flesh of other animals. So simply you can write flesh. So the lion, it eats flesh. Then mouse. So what does a mouse eat? It eats the food grains and cheese. So I am writing cheese. So the mouse eats the food grains and cheese. So I wrote here cheese. Okay? Yes, now look into the textbook. Just as we eat different types of food, animals too have different eating habits. Their body parts are also suited to the type of food they eat. So zebras, giraffes, deer, cows and goats are herbivores. They have sharp front teeth to cut the grass and broad back teeth to chew and grind it. They also have hard hooves under their feet to walk on uneven surfaces in search of food. Now if you look at these animals, those are nothing but the herbivores. So what are herbivores? The animals which eat only plants are called as herbivores. They are called as herbivores. The animals which eat only plants are called as herbivores. Example are giraffe, goat and all. Right? And if you look at the feet, the legs of these animals, they have hard feet. They have very hard feet. Whereas if you take a cat or a dog, their feet will be very soft. But whereas these animals, they have hard black color toes. Right? And if you look at the teeth of these animals, they have very broad and sharp teeth. They have very broad and sharp teeth, like how we have the front 2 teeth here on the top. So they also have very sharp teeth and little broad to cut the leaves easily. And if you look like how we have the backside teeth very broad, So with the help of the front teeth, they are going to cut the leaves, and with the help of the back teeth, they are going to grind it. Grind is nothing but chewing the leaves, right? So the front teeth are very flat and very sharp, and if you look at the back teeth, they will be broad like this. They will be broad like this to chew it properly. So this is about the herbivores. Herbivores, they eat plants. Their feet is very strong to work on uneven surfaces, and their teeth, they have very sharp teeth in the front and very strong teeth at the back side. They are very broad to chew the food. Now turn the page. Next, coming to carnivores. So what are carnivores? So carnivores, they eat the flesh of other animals. So carnivores are the animals which eat flesh of other animals. The best example is lion, tiger, yes, cheetah, fox. All these are carnivores. Even we are also carnivores. We eat both plants, like food obtained from the plants, and even we eat the flesh of animals also. So we also come under carnivores, and we also come under herbivores. So carnivores such as cats, tigers and lions have sharp and pointed front teeth for tearing the flesh. Their back teeth help them to chew the flesh. So here, even these carnivores, they have like this long pointed sharp teeth. They have long pointed sharp teeth. With the help of this teeth, they are going to tear the flesh of the other animals, and at the back side they have broad teeth to chew the food, right? And the examples of the carnivorous animals are cat, lion, tiger. And if you see here, this is eagle. In the picture they have shown you, it is eagle. So eagle is also a carnivore. It is also a carnivore. Then it doesn't have teeth. Then how it's going to eat? If you look at the beak of the bird, beak is nothing but the mouth. So with the help of that beak, it's very sharp and curved like this. It's going to tear the flesh with that pointed beak and eat the flesh. Then, so birds that primarily hunt while flying at a height are known as birds of prey. So eagles, vultures, hawks and kites have sharp curved claws called as talons to catch and grip their prey. Their hooked beak helps them to tear the flesh, that they have a good eyesight also. And if you see here, with the help of this beak, it's going to tear the flesh and eat. And how they are going to catch their prey? With the help of this talons. Talons are nothing but the nails of this bird. See, if you see, same like the beak, even the nails of the bird are also like that, like curved and very sharp. So these animals, they fly at a great height. So from that much height also they can look at the prey. Prey is nothing but the food for this bird. So they can look at this prey very clearly. The eyesight of the bird is very clear. Then small animals such as rat and squirrel have sharp front teeth. They use these to gnaw their food. Such animals are called as rodents. So if you see here, there is a mouse, and you know the teeth of the rabbit also, they are very broad and very sharp. So these animals, they eat the food. They cut it into small tiny pieces. They cannot grind it properly, but they cut it into small tiny pieces and they gnaw it. They make it little soft. They put it to this side jaw, that side jaw. So they just move the food particles to this jaw, that jaw, and make it a soft ball, and then they are going to swallow. If you take any hard substance and put it in your mouth, after some time it becomes soft because of the saliva present in your mouth. So here also for these animals, they only have the front teeth. So with that teeth, they are going to bite it into tiny pieces. Then they put it in their mouth and they are going to gnaw. Gnaw is nothing but making it into a soft ball by pushing the foot to the left side jaw and right side jaw. So after making it soft, they are going to swallow. And such type of animals are called as rodents. They are called as rodents. Okay, these type of animals are called as rodents. Examples are rat. So next, butterflies have a long, thin mouth like a tube called as proboscis. So they use this to suck nectar from the flowers. So mosquitoes have a needle-like tube that helps them to suck the blood. So here, this butterflies, they have a very long needle. How the needle will be long? So that much needle like long tube will be there, and that tube is called as proboscis. What is it called? Proboscis. So with the help of that long tube, they are going to insert the tube into the flower and suck the nectar. So nectar will be somewhere deep inside the flower. The whole butterfly cannot go inside the flower, right? So they are going to land on the flower and send the tube into the flower, and they are going to suck the nectar. And how about this mosquitoes? Mosquitoes, after landing on the skin, first they have a small needle-like structured tube. They are going to poke it into the skin and suck the blood. So this is about the eating habits of animals. Then breathing habits of animals. So what are the different breathing methods of the animals? Let us see. Breathing is the process by which animals take in and give out air. The air they breathe in supplies oxygen to their bodies. So this oxygen is used to release energy from the food. Aquatic animals get oxygen from the air dissolved in water. Carbon dioxide produced is given out along with the air we breathe out. Different animals have different organs for breathing. So breathing is the most important one. No living being can live without breathing. So we breathe in oxygen and we breathe out the carbon dioxide. So how do we breathe in? With the help of our nose and lungs. So whatever air we are breathing, it contains oxygen. We are breathing the air into the lungs. Into the lungs, it enters through the nose. So here are the lungs. So they are present near the chest. So here are the lungs, right? So it enters into the lungs. So after entering into the lungs, what happens? The lungs, they absorb the oxygen, and whatever carbon dioxide is there in our body, they are going to give out the carbon dioxide and it is breathed out. Okay? And fishes. Fishes, they live in water. Tortoise lives in water. Then how do they breathe? Yes. So here what happens is this oxygen is mixed with the water. So these animals, they directly drink the water. They do not breathe. So after they drink the water, the lungs which are there in the body, they absorb the oxygen and they give out the carbon dioxide. Okay. So here for one animal to another animal, the breathing habits are different, the organs are different. But suppose we, the human beings, are there. We are breathing with our lungs and nose. Few animals, they don't have nose at all. Then how do they breathe? Like a snail is there or earthworm is there. Earthworm doesn't has nose at all. Then how do they breathe? A fish, how does it breathe? It breathes through its gills. So there are different body organs of breathing. So birds, reptiles and mammals breathe through their lungs. Air enters the body through the nostrils and reaches the lungs through the windpipe. Lungs are richly supplied with blood vessels. Here, oxygen from the air is absorbed by the blood and carbon dioxide from the blood is passed into the air. So, blood has a special substance called as hemoglobin that carries oxygen to all body parts, and lungs contract to give out carbon dioxide, which gives out of the body through the nostrils. So this is the process of breathing. So when you breathe in, what happens? The lungs, they expand. Your chest also will expand. Again, when you breathe out, your chest will contract, right? When you breathe in, the chest becomes little bigger. It's going to expand. And when you breathe out, it will contract. So here birds, reptiles and mammals, they are going to breathe with their lungs. So we are going to breathe in oxygen. So after the oxygen enters into the body, the lungs, they are connected with the blood vessels. So these blood vessels, they absorb the oxygen and send to different body parts. And after that, after some time, what happens is the oxygen is changed into carbon dioxide. And that carbon dioxide is again carried from all different body parts through the blood vessels. Again, it's going to come out as carbon dioxide. So here blood is going to have a particular substance called as hemoglobin. So because of this hemoglobin only, the blood, it has its color red. Okay. So because of this hemoglobin, the oxygen is carried to different body parts. So this is all for today. So the remaining topic we are going to continue in the next session. Your homework is to read the lesson, page number 295 and 296 you have to read. So these 2 pages you have to read and go through the lesson. We'll meet in the next session. Thank you.